This is a conceptual foreshadowing of a type of style for Bollywood style sounds and or music. Getting a little closer to that side of town is something that we're trying to focus a little bit more around. It is a thing that has to do with future sound. It is a place and space which technically and metaphorically we want to be around and be around that part of town, if possible, to connect with their sound a little bit, if that is a thing, if it is not, if it is something that we must get a little bit closer to in terms of wavelengths and energy. That is something we will try first, and that's what we will do within this podcast. Welcome to the news, welcome to the news, welcome to the news. Yeah, oh. So we are trying to get a little bit closer to that industry in the future, because it is an industry that represents a style of certain types of appreciation for film and cinema and such things in the past, dating back in the past quite a bit, quite far in the past, if you know what I mean. So we want to try to respect that and lean into that side of town, into things, and give it a bit of an homage and try to create things that are reflective of trying to give respect to that culture and such things, and also maybe try to collaborate with that culture if in some time it is possible to be able to connect with items in that fashion in terms of culture connection and culture collaboration and culture collaborating similar to different film industries around the world, and be able to try to pull things into the vlog and develop a vlog, and developing more so of the vlog, and to be able to try to cross collab from vlog to vlog to vlog to vlog to vlog across countries, cross country vlogging, also cross country collabing in terms of product development live within the blog, within the vlog, within the vlog, in the blog, within the vlog, within the vlog, within the vlog. We're doing live products and product development, live products and product development, live product printing, live product 3D printing, development printing, live crossover product crossover product promotions, cross promotions across differing niches, but also countries. Yeah, countries is the most focused item and aspect, is trying to cross over countries and have a little bit of cross collaboration between countries, so that there are different products and cultures are spreading by proxy. Cultures are spreading by proxy from one side of town to the other. But Bollywood is a great sensation and a great space and a great place that has a representation of film, and that therefore is because it's a large significant audience, and they therefore have a large sharing and spreading global presence to be able to share a lot of interesting items in terms of collaborations, in terms of sounds, and developing ways to be able to be closer to that home and that side of the world, in essence, to be able to represent that culture in a little, hopefully a positive realm, hopefully a positive light, hopefully a positive reflection in terms of doing product development, product promotion, and doing live products in terms of vlogs, in terms of vlogging. We want to continue to vlog and be able to try to use different products from different countries and use the Bollywood style of filmmaking, to be able to try to connect with the Bollywood style and the Bollywood audiences in the short and long term, because that is a significant and an interesting, respect to that film industry, in essence, because there is a significant following and appreciation and dedication and respect and loyalty to the whole industry as a whole, and it's still alive and well, and it's a little bit different from Hollywood. It's a little bit different from the main primary focal film industry, which is something that doesn't have an identity necessarily. It's a very mixed identity. It's very much revolves around monetary energy, and very, very much revolves around money making, and that's where it seems to be the most focal aspect and element, although there is respect to like comic books and and X-Men and things like that, and like Marvel and things like that, but not necessarily to the movie franchises, but just to the characters, the comic characters in of themselves, as a reflection and something that's similar, to be able to reflect upon how people are able to be like X-Men, and that reflects upon power, and that reflects upon personal power that people are able to have, and that also is, I think, the reason why those movies have any following and have any traction and have gained a lot of momentum and have gained a lot of revenue over time, and those franchises have paid picked up over time because people have that interest to be superheroes, and that has to do with entrepreneurship, and that has to do with the world becoming entrepreneurs, and that has to do with the world being able to merge with their Transformer suits, and that has to do with DINKY and Change for Game Studios, this company and brand, still continuing to try to follow our pursuit, and continuing to try to translate and connect with the world, continuing to try to connect with the world through this media outlet and these media focuses, through identifying media, through the formats and features and ways in which we're talking about, and also leveraging certain aspects and tools to be able to try to develop really interesting and weird fetching items, and also fetching in the sense of audience connection, so that hopefully through our audience connections we have innate organic ability to be able to add to our art, because the art has to do with the audience. The art and the audience have to do with similars with each other, and they are symbiotic with each other, because the art is the audience and the audience is the art, and so they go back and forth and they rely on each other like a symbiotic transactional relationship. So we just want to continue to feed into that relationship, and also pay homage to that side of the world where Bollywood is at, and be able to actually go to that region and that realm to be able to also develop 3D printed products, and be able to continue to develop 3D printed products and paint them and develop jewelry for them, and be able to 3D print jewelry and different jewelry designs for the toys and the products, which we're ultimately developing in 3D casting as structures that are for sale as part of our vlog, because we're doing live shopping as part of our vlogging strategy process going forward, and that's supposed to be happening, I don't know, within the next few months. Sometime within the next few months we're going to try to start to warm up a little bit and gain a little bit more speed and traction with our vlogging strategy and technology, or technical aspects, because technical aspects revolve and have to do with like data flow, because things, we have to have free space to be able to continue to be able to add to our space and to our realm of differing media that's back and forth between our different devices. But we want to stream much of what we want to put on to the internet, but we also want it to be quality sounding items that we're also continually able to make, and we also want collaborations to be in the mix, and also we want to be able to cross countries and cross coordinate within cross countries and cross countries in a continuous basis, to be able to continue to try to build the brand and continue to try to build the brand and brand connectivity, so we can also try to connect with like UN, like United Nations meetings, and try to connect with like certain aspects of political meetings in the future, but not like to become a political brand or entity or anything for that reason, or get involved in any politics for any reason ever, or religion for any reason ever, but just to make our own political process and our own political religion and our own political process that's brand new, and our own religion that's brand new, and those things coalesce and cross together and connect and cross and coincide, so that the rest of the world is able to just sort of hopefully dance merrily, like we're following along, like we're in a parade, like a flute parade, and we're pouting and spouting out different little colors with each pop and puff and push of the flute, and every little bits of colors are popping out of the flute from our little collaborations and from our vlogging and from our live product shopping ability to be able to have people watch, hopefully to be able to come live shop, and our products and our product development processes and meetings and meetings that have to do with people, and bot development, trading bots, from being able to interview people in the short and long term, and also on the internet, and also in real life. We want to do more in real life events, and more in real life filming and such things, to get the feel for in real life type of filming and type of transcoding into people's interpersonal dispositions, and their personalities is what I meant, to be able to connect their personalities into the camera, and in real life vibes, and also like DJing stuff, to be able to try to do more outdoor marketing for DJing and such, that you're using DJing to do outdoor marketing and such things, because DINKY Tech, the mascot, is actually a DJ for DINKY Tech and Change for Game Studios. So we need to try to continue to elaborate on these processes and continue to iterate on them from vlog to vlog, from podcast to podcast. And right now, we've sort of got a meager process that needs a little bit of enhancement, and it's one step at a time, but we're trying to get that in line by practice of the process, and also practice of products, because if more products can come to fruition, and more products can be sold and printed, and we can get more toys developed, and then more jewelry for the toys also developed, because they're two products in one. Those are the two products we're trying to focus on, is jewelry, 3D printed items that are for sale, like our structures, like our characters that are within the DINKY Tech and Change for Games ecosystem, that are being 3D printed and sold live and made live and developed live, and also all these things which we want to try to document live, and document during the creation process at the same time. So we're creating and documenting at the same time, in essence, and developing music and sounds, and at the same time, we are also adding witchcraft to our genre brand of music. So Dinky Tech and Change for Game Studios, the genre of music is kind of finalized today. We added a couple things in the last week. We went from punk rock and EDM, and then in the last week we went from punk rock and EDM to punk rock, EDM, rap, which was in the last 2 days. And today we're finalizing it with punk rock, EDM, and rap music and witchcraft music. In essence, so witchcraft is like the undertone. Witchcraft is like the undertone. It has to do with where we're standing and where we're going to try tomorrow to be able to develop some of this music, some of this brand, some of this genre music that we're talking about doing right now, so to be able to flesh it out and not do like a test, but try to attempt to print it into the next podcast if possible. We'll try to print one of the next pieces of sound or music, but it'll just be a sample of music. It won't be a whole song necessarily, because that's just be a sample, and then a bunch of samples hopefully will equal to songs, and then hopefully more of those samples will equal to more collabs, maybe collabs or like a set here and there, a set here and there. We'll be able to try to release sets. We need to be able to try to release sets. We're focused on trying to release sets, whole sets of music and such things. But yeah, it's one step at a time. And also today, so we added witchcraft today into our genre with punk rock, EDM, and rap music as our music genre. We have 4 items in our description of our genre of music. Yeah, and so moving on, yesterday we talked about having like skateboard kits or hovercraft skateboard to develop that are bolt-on kits to skateboard decks, basically, that make them into, like, we added rollerblade wheels to the side, so there's 4 rollerblade wheels on the side that are able to perpetuate it and percolate it, to perpetuate the movement, and then that pumps air. You use a pumping mechanism to pump air, like pumping pedals on a bike to be able to pump air into the bags, and those bags, it's like a recumbent bicycle in essence, just like a bicycle, and that's in essence that's able to pump air, and that actually causes like a floating mechanism. So it's actually something of a thing that is like a package, like a kit package that we're just trying to conceptualize to be able to like bolt it on to like ultimately usual normal just skateboard decks that are lying around. So you just get the kit and then you just make a normal skateboard deck into like a floating skateboard deck. Basically, it's a floating skateboard deck experience. It kind of combines it with like a hockey skate, rollerblade. Yeah. Gotta keep trying to remember to continue to sing. Anyways, so what was I going to say? So, another aspect of adding to the car, which is similar to the hovercraft skateboard situation, is the main car, the main vehicle that we're trying to focus on, which is something I talked about 2 or 3 days ago, which is basically combining an alpine slide with a hovercraft with wings. So today we discovered, with a little bit of discovery, because the first thing we tried to develop in 2014 was basically a car with a motorcycle engine. So fast forward to today, we've got all these things aligned that I just talked about, also like the alpine slide with a hovercraft with wings attached, basically to be able to align with reconfigurement with research that happened today, which had to do with, in essence, considering and calling it and being able to label it, which is something that is called a ground effects vehicle. It's a ground effects vehicle that we're actually trying to make. It's something that floats just a little bit above the ground, and it's a ground effects vehicle. It's a combination of a hovercraft vehicle, and it's also called the Catharsis 2. Today it's called the Catharsis 2 because in 2014 that vehicle was called the Catharsis, and that vehicle is still a possibility in motion or conceptualizable and in a pre-sale version, in essence, available in that respect, because we do have a manufacturer, although we're trying to sort of focus our emphasis onto the air, like carving into the air. So we're calling this the Catharsis 2. That name could be updated conceptually, but the Catharsis 2 is what we're calling the little alpine slide, which is the floating, hovering, basically alpine slide, by using the ground effects vehicle methodology, mindset, technology, in essence. And we're also, by the way, to flip back to a car methodology mindset, it's necessary to be able to focus on something that is like the methodology of a coach car, which is something that has caught up from the past, have wanted to do in the past, or we're actually trying to catch up with in the future, which is again using 3D printing to be able to try to develop, to print whole car bodies, to be able to change the design of whole car bodies so that we're able to actually be able to change car bodies and continue to be able to make cars like in 2014, but be able to have a base that's actually kind of solid, like the base of a Lamborghini Aventador, something like that in essence, so that we have that base and we're developing the base framework for a car at the same time, in essence, to be able to actually fly on four wheels as well, to be able to make something eventually again for the four-wheel market as well, another car in the future as well. But today, in today's emphasis, we're talking about the Catharsis 2, which is in essence the transition into the air world, which is where we're carving in the air, and it's the ground effects vehicle that we're focused on today. It's a ground effects vehicle, and we got a lot of good research done today in terms of differing ground effects vehicles that have differing inspiration for the development of the Catharsis 2, in essence, to be able to make that just a little floating vehicle. So hopefully you can go down the sidewalk in a little bit of a ground effects vehicles, and it's something that you can sit into. You can sit into it like a solar car, which is actually just a two-wheel aligned car. Basically, in other words, if you look at solar racing, like kids, they make solar cars basically, and they race them also in, I think it's Perth or Darwin, somewhere in Australia. It's like the biggest solar car race in the world. Basically, if you research that, you can see a bunch of solar cars. They're on two wheels. They're very small. They're narrow. They're in line. They're in the shape of like a dart or something skinny and such things. And that's basically the shape of the Catharsis 2 as well. Just a nice little skinny, super skinny, and also open-faced little design, which could be also transitioned into a closed-face design. But it's an open-face design in essence, so you're kind of open to the air as you're riding around, and you hope to be able to take off and just be able to fly like a ground effects vehicle, like a ground effects little bit of a floating vibe situation, which also has an airbag underneath, which also has wheels underneath as well, because if you do float down to the ground, you can still use the gas to be able to get a little bit of speed going again, to be able to use just an extra battery. And it'll have a couple batteries, so that one's for the propeller in the back, the main fan in the back to power the bag, and then also to be able to cause a little more lift, but then also a little bit of juice, so a second battery for the wheels. So there's wheels like a normal scooter, basically another scooter, like underneath. It's like a coach vehicle. I was just talking about coach vehicles. This is like the coach vehicle is underneath the little vehicle I've been talking about in the past, a little spreadboard, alpine slide board, whatever. The names have been varying and changing across the podcast because the developments have been changing over the days, and I didn't even foresee this coming at all. Literally like a week and a half ago, I had no idea that I'd be trying to develop something that's like flying or whatever, but it couldn't be ignored. A lot of these designs have just been sort of like have to do with the environment, that's been surrounding the concrete jungle of NYC. So it's been interesting, I guess you could say, and that's part of what the deal is in this vicinity. Sometimes you think about things in a peculiar fashion like this, but you didn't realize it until you got there necessarily. So hopefully we'll be able to develop a prototype of a ground effects vehicle sometime sooner than later, because it's not so easy to just like poof, snap my fingers, although AI is the closest thing to be able to poof, snap your fingers and be able to just do that after all, because I could just get some actual plans to be able to actually try to print or 3D print or go to an engineer or something to be able to develop the prototype as fast as possible now. So hopefully we're trying to go and continue to work towards that process as fast as possible. Yeah. And also we are still going to try to like not be in the country sometime before, like, I don't know, in a few months or something. So hopefully in that instance and respect, it is possible to maybe develop like prototypes and prototyping from the designs, and then also be able to conceptualize a manufacturing process or plant or base or space somewhere outside of the country necessarily. Although, yeah, just because it just is what it is, like something hopefully that is already in line with manufacturing processes that are outside of the country anyway, and that's something that we want to align with, hopefully in the short and the long term, to have that hub outside of this country, and then we'll just try to align for different aspects of the world. So we're ultimately continually cross-collaborating with different aspects in different countries of the world, continuous cross-collaborating, cross-country, cross-collaborating, so that every culture we can continue to try to cross-coordinate, cross-collaborate intentionally to be able to try to connect and touch down and touch ground with all countries in the world, all collaborations with all countries on a continuous basis, and making pieces of art, little either 3D printed pieces of art or developing 3D printed toys and such things for our vlog, where we're making toys. We're making toys, and we're also making jewelry for the toys. We're making toys, and we're making jewelry for the toys live in our live shopping vlog with making toys and jewelry and such things so both can be sold together or separately, whatever you want, the one or the other, the toy, jewelry, I mean, it's a choice that is one of the consumer, and we need to continue to try to actually get on the ground and take the action to test these mechanisms of these media, this intellectual property, as we continue to chat about it in these podcasts and such things. I've almost lost my steam to be able to sing in these podcasts. In the beginning of them, I was singing a lot more and such things, but I'm talking fast enough to hopefully where it's like a combination of bad singing and weird grumbling and such things, but hopefully at least the podcast is audible. Anyway, we're going to try to move down and see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, like temperature suits, temperature controlled suits is a thing that would be pretty solid. I don't know how well those exist outside necessarily, or how well those are in the marketplace, but temperature controlled suits is something that would be great to have on tap and on hand, to be able to go to different cultures and different places and different spaces where the climate changes and the weather changes in different parts of the year and such things, to be able to keep climate control inside of the suit, kind of like a wetsuit, but a wetsuit with mechanisms to, like, to be able to keep it warm or cold or whatever you want to do within the suit, but like a whole, like, one-piece suit, like pajamas that are one piece, basically, is the ambition, is the aspiration, is the thought to be able to add to today's podcast, because that is a necessity, it seems, for different climates around the world, because it just may as well happen, because it's something that we can add to it, and it can be an external battery, not an internal one, so there's hopefully less fire damage possibleness than anything, that's not less of a risk than anything, and there's mechanisms and there's technology and tools like LED lights, materials that are very, very low latency, low risk, whatever the word is, that are hopefully the lowest risk, so that people can control their temperatures within their little body suits, like similar to Transformer suits. It's also a reflection of Transformer suits, which is a reflection of entrepreneurship, which is a reflection of the global philanthropic energy grid, which is what DINKY Tech and Change for Game Studios stands for, and is what the DINKY Tech and Change for Game Studios brand is all about: the global giving philanthropy energy grid, to try to develop the most philanthropy energy possible at all given times. And yeah, another random concept idea consideration is a LinkedIn dating application. Because we're just around people who like to make applications, we developed that today, or conceptualize that today, to conceptualize actually making it, to conceptualize connecting that world. So you just have to log in with that application. And we're going to move on down the line. We're trying to develop a name for our trading bots, our main trading mechanism, our main trading day-to-day operations. Apple Cider program name, code no name, is like still the name work in progress. Apple Cider is the name for today's our trading process that has to do with data that's being allocated for large and small derivatives of differing velocity, starting to trade in 4 trades and having to about 20 trades a day take place from differing denominations and trades, like Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, anyways, his portfolio style, which is varied and variety, is based on but ours is based on derivatives and favorites, and like a vehicle like the Taylor Swift company, like I was talking about yesterday. This is our own little vehicle called the Apple Cider program and process, but I'm just saying it fits in with the development of the hovercraft Alpine slide, as well as the Taylor Swift company, in essence, because these are plates on the back end of the Taylor Swift company. This is trying to ride and power the Alpine slide hovercraft, as well as the Taylor Swift company, which are hand in hand. Those two things are already stacked together. So this trading bot, Apple Cider, this Apple Cider code, no name code Apple Cider trading bot, or we could even call it Reid Hoffman. We could even call it Reid Hoffman, because we just tried to talk about the application, the dating application for LinkedIn. So the trading bot could become Reid Hoffman after all. I like that name better than Apple Cider. So we'll just rename it, because we're live in the podcast, to Reid Hoffman as our trading bot's name, which hopefully is stacking with the Alpine Slide hovercraft, as well as the Taylor Swift company, as well as this trading bot, this main primarily trading focus mechanism, derivative trading process that's making 20 trades a day. At least we'll call it Reid Hoffman, because it's along the lines anyways of his style of trading. Anyway, so we're going to leave it there for now. Thanks again, DINKY Tech. Bye. Peace. Bye.